You want a winner, so you want orange.
You want orange? Oh, is that what team's gonna win?
Yes,
All
because
right.
that's the team represented by Corrupted G. The G stands for GOAT.
Oh,
Here we go.
All right. Orange for the win by Stax.
I forgot Corrupted G was going to be on the field today. I am happy. This is my teammate, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. In the crew battles, Corrupted G is on my team. I'm not going to show any bias. And I actually forgot. We literally mentioned this earlier, but I forgot that Corrupted G was showing up. So I thought this was going to be a little bit in favor for Rogue, but now it's Corrupted G. How is he going to show up against the boys? And it's actually Turnt Taco, rather, who's going to pop off. And Rogue, maybe Corrupted G is the missing key, the missing link.
Now, I missed part of it yesterday, but I noticed a lot of unique names for Mr. Turo.
Oh yeah! Oh my goodness! He was changing his name every single game. So I'm excited to see what we get.
Where does Turn Taco rank among the names from yesterday?
Tacos probably top 3 foods for me. So I'm gonna say that's a solid 9. That's up there, man.
Yep. All right.
That's pretty banging just because of what it represents to me personally on a spiritual level. You know, I would like to admit that tacos are my spirit animal, but other than that, I've just got to say it's a 9 out of 10. Let's be honest here, Stax.
Yeah, no, it's a real good one. Now I'm hungry. I'm glad this is the last match I have today. Here's Turo in the net. Turn Taco gets the clear. Only as far as J-Russ, the Susquehanna Soniqs, finding themselves trailing real early here in game 1 after that opening goal by Taco. J-Russ going through into the rogue zone, but there'll be nothing coming from it. Demolition from First Killer, and Taco didn't get the double he was looking for. He can at least try to get a second look at it, and Corrupted G with a demolition on his way out of the zone, but that's a missed opportunity for Rogue.
And I'm actually gonna give you all some crew battle information. I've got the gossip, the drama. All right, Corrupted G. I was asking him. He told me yesterday that he was gonna sub in, and I said, you know, how's that gonna work? Are you actually excited to? And he said, yeah, I think that me and Taroko actually have similar play styles. Being that third man and rotating back, letting First Killer and Turnt Taco do most of the work on offense while he cleans up.
That is interesting because when they were teammates on Plot Twist, they were polar opposites. Taroko wanted to be up, he wanted the ball, he wanted to shoot and score, and did so very often.
It's all about that character development, Stax.
Yeah, things have changed now that Gabe has been coaching him as part of Rogue. This bounces down in front, and First Killer gets the clear.
We see the bumps on Gabe too. Not the best chemistry that we're seeing out the gates. Sonic's still struggling to find any connection. J-Russ jumps a bit too early and doesn't even make any contact. T-Corral the follow-up, doing solid with the flip reset and moves forward, but it was read well from Taco as they deny any pressure. Are we going to keep on
Taco? On shock, and First Killer sailed the shot high. You know what? We will, I think, to confuse people as much as possible, we should refer to him as Turinturo and Turn Taco, and maybe even like Toronto and some of the other names he used yesterday. He probably should have turned on that one, though. He had a chance right in front of the net. First Killer, he can score from this angle. He had to put the brakes on and just didn't find the angle he needed.
Yeah, and I'm surprised First Killer normally nails those in, and I like the idea he was going for. Slow down his car a bit, like you said. Hit the brakes, waited for that ball to bounce back a bit more. The defender thought he was shooting as fast as possible and flew by, but First couldn't find the accuracy. Still the threat on offense that you have to worry about is First Killer. Now off the backboard, it's Taco to slot it down. Doesn't get the angle, was actually going for the pass. I'm a bit surprised. Normally he does go for the shots in that situation, but Rogue looking more creative than Soniqs.
T-Corral trying to dribble. It looked like he might have been going for a handoff. Instead took the shot himself. And it is blocked away. Rogue maintains their 1-goal lead, but for how much longer? J-Reds trying to break out of the zone. First Killer meets him. Turinturo couldn't get a clean shot off, and Susquehanna holds him off again. Not for long. It's Corrupted G. Old Man TV taking over in the Summit 2.
Oh, he's back, baby. He's back. Take him out of retirement. Gabe is in it to win it at this point. 55 seconds left, and he nails the security goal off the bounce shot. Corrupted G, ladies and gentlemen. This man used to be a former pro. We all know he is the coach for Rogue, but he still got it.
Yeah, we saw it with Chrome yesterday with Space Station, now Corrupted G. You know, when you got a player that can't make it, you call your own number as the coach. The buck stops here.
Yeah.
Here's Turinturo. Boy, he's
Flip
burning
reset.
all his boost. Still got the flip reset. Almost spiked down on it. Corrupted G follows it. It's 3-0.
This is the playstyle he wanted as well, to be the third man waiting. He lets his teammates do all this crazy work up top, and he's just got that final shooting accuracy down as he rotates in, wants to play that third man. It's easy as can be for my boy Gabe. The Soniqs not looking too hot.
You know, sometimes we see like, we'll see the Space Station and Knights Twitch accounts in the chat. E United sometimes stops by during their matches, actually more often than not.
Yeah.
Turinturo's in the chat right now just going, nice shot, Gabe.
What? The man on the field
That
is
is
in
a
the chat.
comfort level that I aspire to.
What?
Oh,
It's almost toxic. It's almost BM at this point. You're in chat, you know, complimenting your teammates. Are they even in comms at this point? That's what we have to consider. And they have a sub in. Turinturo's talking to chat. Gabe is on the field, and Rogue still take the first game.
On the menu for Rogue and Turinturo, dubs and maybe drops for Turo as he is joining us over in the chat. A convincing, dominant 3-0 win.
Yeah.
With Coach Goat in charge.
I'm not gonna lie though, there's been a few situations where you are that team, or while I've been on the other team that's facing off against somebody who has a sub in, or they're using a coach or something like that. And I feel for the Soniqs because you're kind of nervous. That's why I think version 1 slipped up a little bit yesterday, because nobody wants to be that team that drops the series to the other guys who are using, you know, Chrome or subbing them in. So it adds a little bit more pressure. As weird as it sounds, you think you'd be more confident going in that series, but I think in the back of your head, everybody's, you know, imagining them losing, and they don't want to see that reality. They don't want to see the reality of them losing to Coach Chrome or Coach Gabe. I certainly wouldn't, but I think that's what's causing a slip up here for the Soniqs. We'll see if they have what it takes to come back in game 2. Or maybe Rogue will just stomp him. Who knows?
Yeah. Imagine losing to Corrupted G. Couldn't be the teams in the crew battle later today. Probably will be. You know, Corrupted G still got it, you know? Like, he...
And you're saying, I don't still got it? Did you see me in the crew battle yesterday, Stax? Come on. Are you kidding? I scored.
In order to
I was
like
popping
casting your
off,
games
bro.
in the rival series.
Dude, hey, we don't talk about that season, all right? I don't know what you're talking about. That is...
I did see your actually no, the 1v1 on the Alpine stream. No, you won, right? You beat one of the Alpine players.
I did not.
Fall, right?
I did not. Thank you for bringing up my loss again. I appreciate that. This is
how many more?
I actually don't appreciate this. I'm actually gonna have to file a complaint here against you, Stax, but we might as well just move on because I already got that complaint written out, had it prepared, and I'm just gonna keep rooting for. I don't even know. I don't really want to root for Gabe in this situation because I'd like to see the Soniqs make this one close and get a Game 7 yet again.
You know, Corrupted G is not too far removed from his pro playing days. Of course, only what, a season, right? He was still with the Plot Twist boys. This shot's going to ring a little bit high and bounced away by, is it Turnitula? What? I think he's going for Tarantula, but it's Tarantula. Okay.
Turnitula.
Yeah.
Turnitula. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's definitely like down in the rankings. I'm not too impressed.
Yeah. I think it's just the execution we have to dock him for. What a win by T. Carell, however, and just couldn't get around for the shot. Corrupted G played it out. Follow-up is not cleared out of the zone by First Killer.
I don't hate
under
that
fire, but it's not resulting in any pressure as the shots just aren't getting anywhere near the net. You feel like they should have taken 2 or 3 more shots at least out of the Soniqs.
Oh, there we go. Shock. I was about to
There you
roast
go.
this man. Shock previously had an opportunity to get a pass off and didn't go for it, so I was about to talk about his vision, that he's not really looking for his teammates as much, but he gets the mind game, forces a good 50 out, and just lets his card do all the work as he stays behind the ball, bounces off the back wall. Nice setup for the Soniqs. Shock. That was a great performance from him on the solo dribble. 1-0 and they've made a comeback so far from game 1.
So Turnicula, I assure you, I'm the one that can read here. Both of us.
It's a weird. The reason why it's low on the ladder is that, you know, if you're watching at home, just try and say it. Turnicula. I don't know why that. It just sounds weird. Like I feel like I need to go get mouthwash after I say that for some reason. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you mean.
Thank you. Hopefully, I at least got like a handful of people saying Turnicula at home. That'd be great. I would love that.
I don't know. There's still some guy in chat that thinks it's still Turn Taco. All right, T. Corral. Right down the middle. J. Russ couldn't get a touch. Follow-up goes off the side. And J. Russ on his way out, so Shock will take over. Didn't have a lot to work with, and First Killer will send it away. No contact in the net. Corrupted G avoided the demo. Got the outlet to First Killer. It's going to be just high and wide. But now Rogue will try to set up on the offensive end.
First Killer's got that presence on the field where you see him go for a shot. You see him get any control with the ball. And we are always wondering, what is he going to do this time? What kind of mechanics or incredible recovery will we see on the ball to make a play for his team? We haven't seen too much yet, but we know that aspect of Rogue is still there. Even with Corrupted G on a team, you can expect First Killer to 1v3 a couple of moments. Here he is on the backboard catching it and taking it slow to get it out, but it's not to a teammate, and Gabe, the coach subbing, is the one to come out clutch with a save.
First Killer, decent first touch, but couldn't follow it up initially because he got bumped away from the play. Still hung around. And boy, First Killer putting in a lot of work, and he's created some pressure, and Turnicula ties it up.
It's Turnicula, baby. And First Killer, the double tap off the ceiling, forces it out to T. Corral, but it was a weird touch. T. Corral, I think, was trying to hit it to his teammate possibly and get a little pass clear going, but it didn't work out. I'm not sure if the communication, was there. Soniqs, a bit of a defensive mishap, and Rogue will capitalize.
First Killer, known to be a student of the Stax school of Rocket League philosophy. Passing and assists are for players who can't score, and he's got 3 assists in this series.
So are you implying that First Killer doesn't know how to score goals here, Stax? Is that what I'm hearing?
What I'm saying is he's abandoning his teachings.
Okay.
I want to see more First Killer goals because they're usually highlight level stuff, and he gets back and stops that from going in.
Corrupted G, the 1v1, do it to him.
Oh, here we go. The
my
T. Corral, nothing doing. First Killer follow? No, it's going to go off to the side.
I was ready. I wanted to see Coach Gabe break some ankles on the pitch. Almost got it. Maybe we'll see Shock do a little bit of some ankle breaking. We saw it earlier, actually. He did get the mind game, so we have seen it from the Soniqs. All tied up, 30 seconds left. Who's going to come out with that clutch goal? Will we see a final few buzzer beaters in this series as well? Of course we will. It's Shock. There's 21 seconds left. He nails it home.
Well, it couldn't come at much of a better time for the Soniqs. They just break down the Rogue defense, caught him in transition. Little bit of hero ball coming out from Rogue, and the Susquehanna Soniqs may be in position to steal this one away at the end, but still 20 seconds left. So important for J. Russ and the Soniqs to keep possession, and they haven't really controlled it. Rogue on the prowl. First Killer missed that out of the corner. Still a chance. Corrupted G to play hero? No. 3 seconds left. Turinturo, he took the boost and abandoned the ball. And now First Killer's got to keep this in the air, and he cannot.
I thought that was going to bounce.
Yes, technically the ground. The Susquehanna Soniqs will take it. They tie up the series.
Yeah, that was a little bit spooky. I think that must have been like an inch away from hitting that perfect spot in the corner and staying up, giving Rogue a second chance at possibly getting the buzzer beater. But huge shout out to Shock. I think he was by far the MVP in this game. The former MVP, making waves on the field and making some pretty big moves with the mind game initially, and also being there in position in the midfield to cut out a lot of passes that Rogue were trying to put.
One of our admins behind the scenes reminded us, no, the coach subbing is on E United. Like, okay.
Wow. Ha.
Yeah, thank you, Furtive. That's very cool.
But listen, Gabe
Boy,
being the coach and the sub in, he's playing well. He's
he
coming
is.
out with some crazy saves actually, and being in position relatively well. And I think he does slot into that third man very nicely. If you want a third man and you're thinking back to the OG days, Gabe has always been solid. If I'm looking back on his career, I played against the man. All right, the dude always hit his shots. While he might not be, the prettiest mechanical player, he definitely is one of the prettiest pros. Let's be honest. But while he might not be the prettiest mechanical players, he's definitely he's got that consistency factor that you look for, just like T. Corell on the offensive side, hitting this one.
So now he's actually Tarantula. T. Corell hitting the opening goal. But yeah, anything the Sonics do, it's kind of in the background. So
I'm still not impressed with Tarantula though.
I mean, now there's no creativity. Like he's done the same gimmick twice in a row.
It's a bit disappointing, really, to say the least. And for that reason, unfortunately, Turo, I'm out. But other than that, we're gonna keep moving forward and expect crazy things on the pitch for you.
When are we gonna see Turin Pulsa?
Turin Pulsa. Oh my goodness!
From Shock, he almost got it to go. T-Corell coming on just a little late. Hey, the Sonics are taking all the attention from Rogue here in Game 3, trying to turn this series around in their favor, take the lead perhaps. This first killer makes a goal line save. T-Corell, though, has Shock right out in front, and Corrupted G read that play the whole way.
This feels like we've just been waiting for Sonics to warm up. Look at the mechanics that we're seeing out of this roster, but maybe First Killer has some mechanics of his own. He pulls it out of his sleeve, the trick off the backboard. First Killer, yet again, surprising us.
There's the First Killer we all know and love, getting his first goal of the series. It ties up Game 3, and when he gets going, there is no off button for First Killer. He does not cool down very often.
But on the other side, I mean, Sonics have gotten very, very close to replicating that same play off the backboard. J-Russ even had some really, really close attempts from the ceiling where he used his second flip. There have been the saves coming out for Rogue, certainly, but I still think the Sonics lurking for that one mechanical play that'll set them apart.
Turo lets that just bounce, and because he didn't get the catch, it threw off the Sonics attackers. Though Shock will still stay with the play because Rogue didn't do much to get rid of the ball. Now they finally do. First Killer up to the skies. Boy, he read that too. Are you kidding me? And Rogue somehow does not come away with a goal.
First Killer. It's almost like he hibernates throughout some of the games and just waits to use these mechanics and surprise all of us, really. Almost getting that flip off the ceiling. Now the bump from Shock on the defender stops the rotation, which was First Killer, but they don't get a goal. Nobody was there for the final shot. It's almost as if Sonics don't have as solid of a third man to come in and finish off these opportunities.
Oh, First Killer flip reset, but didn't get much behind it. Now Corrupted G working with not any boost at all. You know, in his playing die is known for being incredibly clutch.
First, oh my goodness, he's going for so many solo plays. He hasn't managed to get the flip reset both times I've seen him go for it, but man, is he getting close.
Close, but no cigars. This is thrown off to the corner. Now Corrupted G out to First Killer, but well over his head. Turo's got to send it off to the side. Finally, Rogue can look to break out of the zone, and Corrupted G does get the flip reset to get past T. Corell. Only for a moment, Sonics right back on the attack, looking very similar to our last game, where the Sonics scored with 21 seconds left to win 2-1.
J-Russ upfield. Oh, and First Killer has the touch. J-Russ could have gotten something. Didn't find any contact on the ball. That was such a brilliant clear from the Sonics, which could have been an even deadlier counterattack, but he just didn't find any touch, man, when he needed to. That could have been it for Sonics.
Now to a minute 20, and First Killer trying to force the ball around Shock. Turo keeps this in. One more challenge on J-Russ to keep in the zone, but First Killer, Corrupted G, so far back. J-Russ looking to drop one down. Doesn't work out, but the Sonics right back on the attack. Rogue has been very, very defensive in this game, and the Sonics are taking advantage of it. It feels like only a matter of time before they do break down the Rogue defense and get another late goal, like they did last game, like they might do here. It's denied by Turanturo and by, I think, Corrupted G, or First Killer rather, got the second save.
Yeah, we're talking about a defensive play style. That was Turo, being very defensive there and also getting a follow-up on the challenge. Now, T. Corell bounces this one out to J-Russ. Nothing too promising for them. It does, like you said, Stax, feel like we are waiting for Sonics to find an opening. I think the only chance Rogue has so far in the final 20 seconds is having somebody pop off with some mechanics. Usually it comes down to First Killer, but, you know, Tarantula on the field, he's been known to hit a couple of crazy shots himself.
Oh, First Killer with the pick. Flip reset off the backboard read, nothing doing, and now we tick down inside 5 seconds. Surely overtime bound, but T. Corell to J-Russ. No. Nothing to see here. We go to OT in game 3.
I'm so sad. That had potential to be one of the best buzzer beaters so far throughout Summit. Have we even seen, I believe, one buzzer beater? I'm not even sure. But that was it for J-Russ. And an opening for Tarantula, a.k.a. Turanturo. The defense of Sonics breaks down. They couldn't get the read. J-Russ had just been in no man's land, not expecting Rogue to find a touch, and just slips out with defensive positioning.
Well, with Taroko out taking his final exam, Rogue is doing A-OK. The teams that have had to use subs so far in Summit 2 haven't done too bad. Space Station won their match yesterday. Rogue up 2-1 in the series today.
I think that speaks a lot to, because sometimes in Rocket League, you've got subs on the team who will end up playing and coming into the team when they need it. The subs aren't really there for the replay reviews, for the scrims. So I think having a coach who can also sub in as that player is the best of both worlds, so long as they have that pro experience like Chrome or Corrupted G, because these guys are obviously sitting in there with every single series they play on RLCS. They're waiting in scrims. They're watching replays together. Corrupted G and Chrome, they know how this team plays. They know what to expect and what position/role to fill in for. And I think that's why it looks so effortlessly for Corrupted G and also Chrome.
Well, Rogue up 2-1 in the series. They are halfway to taking down the Susquehanna Sonics in a series that you have to imagine the Sonics had to be licking their chops when they saw that they wouldn't have to deal with Taroko. They're getting a whole new beast entirely.
What's the name? What's the name, though?
Couple of goals. What do we have here?
What's the name? I'm looking. Oh, did it? Wait, I think he answered your prayers. Turbo Pulso.
No way.
Wait, what? I'm so confused. Turbo Pulso? What? Hold on a second.
We gotta get the boy on the screen.
One of these days it'll happen. Here we go. Turbo Pulso.
All right.
It's okay. I'm not that impressed with it. But,
he's trying to out-goat Coach Goat. This is great.
And he might be able to do it. He got the OT goal previously. And then now Gabe comes out with that third man striking ability.
I think it would only be fitting if Turanturo scores 4 goals in this game. Yeah. He could be the 4-time goal scorer.
Okay. Okay. I would like to see it. Rogue go up 1-0 here in game number 4. They are leading in the series. Sonics have kept up. I think Sonics actually looked the best in the previous game. There were a lot of missed opportunities. Very good looking mechanics from all 3 of the boys, T. Corell, J-Russ, and Shock. But I mean, we're waiting for the accuracy, really. That's what it comes down to. Rogue have been managing to hold on defense, but you even mentioned it, Stax. It's like we're waiting for Sonics to find the gap they've been waiting for.
Oh, Corrupted G picked his spot, and he guessed wrong, and T. Corell beats them in transition. First Killer could not find any boost on his way back, or he actually went way out of his way to get there and just could not catch up.
Yeah, and finally T. Corell does get that gap he's been being so patiently waiting for. It was a difficult shot, too. That placement had to be in the left side. Otherwise, we would have seen another save. And off the kickoff, it's J-Russ to follow it through.
Well, this is just turning a game on its head. Oh, First Killer looking for the demo on J-Russ. And we see it so often, but he missed on it that time. And the Susquehanna Soniqs looking to get right back into this series and tie things up. But they've got a lot of Rocket League to go to hold on to this lead.
Well, I mean, with everything we've seen, Stax, this has got to be another Game 7, right?
Oh, of course. There are some days where you just know you're going to have some crazy series and you wonder why we bother playing the first handful of games, because you know that when the team gets a chance to close things out, they're not going to. It's obviously going to go 6 or 7. In this case, everything has gone 7 except one series. Shock, dropping one down in front. J. Russ feathered it over, and First Killer plays right over T. Corral, looking to beat him on the counterattack, but Shock got there in time.
That was a close play from Turo. He had actually called the bluff of T. Corral, knew he was going to hesitate, ended up getting a really fast clear out, almost a counterattack attempt. Rogue being a bit more aggressive this game. This is a better look on offense that we've seen, I'd say, throughout the whole series. Really, it's not just a solo play from First Killer that's improving their offense or giving them opportunities. Gabe has been relatively aggressive as well. We see him now rotating back, getting full boost. Let's see what they've got.
They've got half a game to try and hold off Rogue as First Killer. No, that's...
Here we go.
Curran Pulso. Oh, that's dropped right out to T. Corral, and another big clear. Not many great looks at the net, though. That one of the better ones that the Soniqs have had to try and add to their lead, but it goes wide, as did that ball. And First Killer has all day to just wait for this ball, and boy, what a read. What a read. They have to score on one of these trips downfield. First Killer is reading everything. It's like he's got foresight. He knows where the ball is going before anybody from Soniqs get anywhere near it. Curran Turo missed it way high. Had a little too much adrenaline flowing as he sailed it over the bar.
Oh, there's no way. That is not the 4-time. That is not the 4-time champion on the field. We know he would have hit that if it had been. Turo wants another stab at it. You've got to be upset. That was the one chance they worked so hard to get. And unfortunately, if you're a Rogue fan, they don't get it. Oh, but that one is in his focus.
Boy, the pace he has on this to get it to the point where the defense can't stop it. Shock did all he could, but Corrupted G ties the game.
I didn't know if that was going to go in. Truthfully, we've seen moments in Rocket League history where that ball has bounced back and forth between the posts like maybe 4 or 5 times. I thought maybe we'd get it there, but for Corrupted G, he just had enough power on the angle where Shock couldn't get the save. We're all tied up. And you imagine now, what would have happened if that Turo Pulsa had managed to find the shot? They'd certainly be in the lead. 1 minute and 8 seconds left. Maybe they've got another opportunity.
Sonic still trying to recover from a double commit. It looks like they have, but you saw 2 go up with the ball high above midfield, and you thought maybe Rogue was going to bite him on the counterattack. Didn't happen. J-Russ has T. Corral waiting on the ground. He's not going to be able to get under this for a flip reset, and Rogue should have the clear with 45 seconds to go. Chance to move downfield. First Killer. Well, he can do a lot of special things from that angle, but was it Turo? It was not
Turo.
Ready for that ball to come out. During Turo, I don't know, maybe she needs to start worrying about scoring rather than his name. That's going to go a little high.
To his credit, it was definitely a difficult read from First Killer. That prediction off the backboard was hard enough for First Killer to even get contact on the ball, let alone get a pass out that was easy enough to predict. But there was definitely a chance if Turo had pushed up more, but it's okay. You're going to get another opportunity so long as you keep up with this pressure that they've been able to sustain on offense. But Gabe gets bumped. This could be a buzzer-beater opportunity if Shock can get the pass off. He does the J-Russ, but he misses the shot. We got overtime.
More overtimes early on in day 2. T. Corral looking to make it a quick one. Loose in front, and First Killer pops it away. Most of our overtimes have been very short. Another loose ball in front. Turin Pulso trying to keep the attack alive. First Killer now. Gonna have one in front. Trying to drop it down mid, but just couldn't get on the other side of it. Nobody else from Rogue was up initially. Corrupted G will try now. Loose in front again. Turo got bumped just a little bit, and that affected his pursuit.
Yeah, and speaking of bumps, I would love to see Turo go for a bit more physical plays. I think that he is the one guy whose rotation will fit best to go for demos. If he can get that involved on their attacks, I think that would be the difference maker so far for the Sonics. We saw how effective it was with SSG previously in that series that went the distance before this one. Trying to incorporate that before the Sonics end up getting the final strike and send this game into a 2-2 series, really.
Blocked away as we seem to be settled in for perhaps a lengthy overtime, but bumps like that will make life a little difficult for Rogue. Shock going up top. You can see Corrupted G there, avoiding the demolition attempt along the goal line. Like you can't demo Corrupted G. That's against the rules. Oh, loose there, and what a save by First Killer. Dead center of the net. Shock throwing one high. J-Russ to follow, and that's on the goal line. Still not in. How did the Sonics not end this twice?
I have absolutely no idea. They just found a couple of windows to shoot the net, or shoot the ball, excuse me, on the net, but instead they took it right at the goalkeeper. Couldn't find any accuracy. They are going to want another shot at it. I don't know if we're going to get one, though, because First Killer now, he's hungry. He notices they got away with murder, and let's see what he has to offer. Gabe, the speed in midfield, almost had the follow-up. I expected him to get that read. It looked like the angle was just right. Barely skimmed over the ball.
Corrupted G, I think, got called off the corner boost, so he went for the ball instead. Now First Killer, big challenge win, even better from Turin Turo. Turo Pulso to set up First Killer, and he just zoomed it right by him.
The Sonics trying to avoid match point for Rogue. This game is crucial for Sonics, especially with their mentality. They're going to have a huge obstacle to fight and pretty much an impossible mountain to climb, and they won't have to make that climb because Shock is there to finish this overtime.
That's T. Carell throwing it in front, and then Turo knocked out of the goal, or knocked into the goal, either way, out of position, and the Susquehanna Sonics win a lengthy OT to tie up the series.
Yeah, and that's something that should have been put away earlier on. I think the Sonics had done all the work to get that ball in front of the net. Countless opportunities, to be honest, for the Sonics. So it's good to see them get that game here because they certainly earned it. And if you're looking at the scoreline, while Rogue had more shots, I would say that this was in favor of the Sonics with that offensive pressure. Better looking opportunities.
Definitely better looking opportunities. They owned that overtime. The Susquehanna Sonics out on a mission to tie up this series. They would not be denied, and lo and behold, they were not. Yeah. So, as I
we're closer
often
to
say,
Game 7. Closer to Game 7, man. That's all.
We got a series on our hands, 2-2. And you know what? It effectively makes this a best of 3 the rest of the way.
Yeah. This is scary because
it is.
Every single series that we cast just keeps going to Game 7. I don't know whether or not to be... What's the point of making predictions anymore at this point? I feel like it's literally just getting to the point where these teams exchanging blows, exchanging shots. We've had a shootout before. That Space Station series previously was unreal against the Knights. If you missed that, you're definitely going to want to go back after the stream is over. But coming out here, it's a tied-up series. Like I said, I still think Sonics are holding the edge a bit. Rogue's offense seems a bit flat. It's almost like, I've made this reference before, but it's like, you know, you open up a soda and you leave it out for maybe a couple hours. It still tastes fine, but it doesn't have that fizz. It doesn't have that flavor that you're looking for.
Sure, we'll go with that. I just rolled dice for most of my picks. First Killer opening the scoring. Okay. Now it's Turn Puro.
But this is the flavor you want. Off the ceiling, the First Killer. So much responsibility is on the two players who are on the normal starting roster to make some moves. You can't leave Gabe in the backfield and try to have him open up some opportunities for your team. It's got to be First Killer and Turn Turo, and they make it work.
Remember, best of 7s here in the group stage, so this is not the decider, as the Sonics and Rogue have battled to a 2-all tie into Wasteland. Of course, you know it's not the decider. It's not Champions Field. First Killer, where did he come from? He even get a touch on that ball.
Maybe he's just trying to throw him off, okay? Just go for a little bit more of a ball-chasing style. I would like to see it. First Killer would like to see that one go into off the crossbar again. They have put a dent in the crossbar at this point. maybe we'll see a Soniqs counterattack from a missed opportunity from Rogue.
That almost went in off of T. Corral as well. J-Russ with the read and save on Turinturo. But now back the other way, Corrupted G keeping the pressure on. Lobbed up there by First Killer. What else does he have in store? Another shot rings off the backboard. And that is a pass over to First Killer. Dropped in front again, but off to the corner now. And finally, the Soniqs could break out of the zone. Shot is just barely off the mark. First Killer might have actually helped out the Soniqs here. And that one goes over the bar.
All right, so now we've got both crossbars absolutely dented. They've almost put a hole in them at this point. Either team seems to struggle really with finding accuracy that's going off the crossbar and in. Something the most frustrating moment when you see it bounce off that crossbar. And I'm excited because now First Killer has started to be more aggressive. I think he's taking this game up a notch.
Shock to center, but his teammates aren't even in the zone with him. And I'm sure he's probably looking at that going, like, yo, like, y'all got boost? Y'all good? J-Rush shot, blocked by First Killer. And he's going to go around. It goes off of Shock. Turinturo trying to fake out T. Corral. First Killer has Turo in front.
There it is.
And
There it is.
by 2.
This is the duo that needed to start popping off, and they are certainly doing that. Turo forces a 50. Very smart decision there. You notice he stopped his car, hit the brakes, got a better 50. It squeezes out to First Killer, who has the killer instinct, no pun intended, to be on the backboard, waiting for Turo's 50. Nice little pass back in. The duo works out. Rogue up 2-0.
Dropped down by J-Russ, but Shock couldn't get there in time, and it has been a very slow offensive effort from the Susquehanna Sonics, and Rogue are just eating them alive. What a pass and a shot from Corrupted G.
All right, I'm convinced First Killer's just opened up his backpack at this point. He's gotten Corrupted G and Turo both inside that backpack, really. And he's passing out into the midfield. Lovely work from him on all of these goals we've seen. Rogue, they've got their work pretty much done so far. Just chill on the defense, trying to waste some time, and you've got this one in the bag.
First Killer yesterday popped in the chat after they went 7 games in their series and said, well, the only reason to win 7 is I thought we were supposed to have fun with this event. Well, he's having fun and winning and scoring.
I'm telling
3 goals to go with 7 assists in the series.
He has leveled up so far this game. He's being more aggressive and wanting to go for a few more challenges himself instead of being passive. Corrupted G has pushed back a little bit. Turo is there in the midfield to be the duo with First Killer. And as you can tell, it is making huge moves right now for this Rogue team.
Oh, Turinturo didn't quite get the read. Just over the bar. Still kept in the zone by Corrupted G. And now First Killer was lurking, but it's Turinturo that challenges. First Killer read where that challenge was going.
Over.
That is superhuman.
I don't know how he has this instinct of where to be. First Killer is rotating in the exact spot he needs to be. That is, I think, the 3rd time so far in this series that he has read where a 50 is going to bounce out. Exactly. Picture perfect positioning from First Killer. He knows how to read this field and how to analyze his teammates' 50s. And maybe Turo is actually calling where he's going to go with those 50s as well. But we'll never know unless we see those comms leaked. I would love to see it. Either way, Rogue 5-0. Soniqs, this looks hopeless. You've got to look to the next game if you're Soniqs.
That next game is going to be a must-win game for the Susquehanna Sonics to stay alive in the series. They'll be going to Neo Tokyo down 3-2, barring a monumental collapse from Rogue. T. Corral, right down the middle. Not the most boost in the world to work with. He'll steal some out of the Rogue end, but it doesn't matter. First Killer, no boost, no problem. Still supersonic, still downfield with possession for a moment and more time off the clock, which is all Rogue needs to concern themselves with after they have just put on season's beatings on the Susquehanna Sonics in Game 5.
Yeah, and it has been thanks to First Killer's aggression. However, on the Soniqs, there's still good chances. You know, it's not as much as the scoreline wants to represent it. It is not, you know, an absolute destruction from Rogue to the side of Soniqs. I think they're keeping it closer. It's just a bit out of order. I mean, really, look at this defense. They don't really know exactly how to challenge First Killer whenever he's doing stuff like this.
This is Corrupted G's goal all the way. First killer steals it, a la ZPS in the previous series.
And the Sonics
Officially
even bumped
goes
each
as
other
his
in the
fifth.
net.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed those Stax. The Sonics were like colliding in the net. I don't know. Maybe they got bumped from somebody else, but T-Corell, okay. Starting out with their first goal of this game, 1-6. Chat, do we get the Brazil? Do we get the Brazil?
No question.
I want to see it. If I'm Sonics, I might even want to let a goal in, to be honest.
I don't know. I think they've got a little too much pride for that. Even in an event like this, Corrupted G will start it off for Rogue. What a win. T-Corell over to the side, Turo tracking, but it'll have to be first killer. Starting at the back, Turo turned right into him.
Give us the Brazil. Come on.
Oh, wow. Okay, Turo's up there just hanging from the ceiling. First killer downfield. The only drama left is, will they get that 7th goal? It seems like a foregone conclusion, but the Sonics are determined not to let it through, and that's a good stop by T-Corell. That should, you'd imagine, kill off the rest of the clock, but Rogue will get one more look at it. First killer, down to Turo. Corrupted G turns off it and will go to game 6. Disappointed with a 6-1 Rogue victory.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I believe Rogue had actually gotten Braziled yesterday. They were on the receiving end of the beating from that Brazil. They don't get it here. That would have been nice. Some redemption for the boys on Rogue to get that Brazil against Sonics. We've got match point. Now, Stax, are you prepared? I think Rogue, with that level of play, if they come out and first killer still being aggressive, I say they win 4-2.
Well, what was it? It was the Sonics yesterday. They were the only team that didn't play a 7-game series. I think it was with the Kansas City Pioneers. So, man, can you imagine we get another 7-gamer? How many of these series, Turtle, do you think? Let's throw it out there now. How many do you think today are going to go to game 7?
I think it's up to this series. If this series goes to game 7, everything's going the distance. I don't even care.
All right.
Like this decides everything, okay? I don't think we've ever seen this. We've had 4 games go to game 7, 4 out of 5. That is unheard of. And we might get it again so long as the Sonics can reverse this script, which every team has been doing, literally taking a 180, a U-turn in the match. You expect to see it from Sonics so long as first killer doesn't do that crazy stuff he did that game.
Well, game 6 about to get underway on Neo Tokyo with the Sonics needing this win to force that 7th game and try to keep their hopes of topping the group alive. Corrupted G blocked by Shock, and he'll try to keep control over to the side. Rogue came out of the gates firing in game 5. It is very different now already. You can tell from the Susquehanna Sonics, the sense of urgency is there. Is it turned up turnip?
Wait,
what?
Is there a new name?
There's a new name.
Wait, well, hold on. We're going to see it.
We're going to see it on the
Turned Up Turnip. That's the name we get. Turned Up Turnip. The connection between him and first killer has been out of this world. I feel like they could do this blindfolded at this point. What a play and a pass across from Turned Up Turnip to first.
We kind of got away from the ratings a little bit. Where is Turned Up Turnip?
Turned Up Turnip, that's a banger. I'm gonna have to say from a 1 to 10, that's a solid 9.36. I'm going for that. That's what I'm feeling. That's
9.36.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm right there with you. That's the exact number I had in my head. Here's Turo over T-Corell, not around J-Russ.
Oh, goodness.
That's going to go right out to Shock. J-Russ still over there. Couldn't center for T-Corell. Shock is there, however, and his shot ricochets across, courtesy of first killer. Corell will try again. Can he get down on top of it? He can, but Turo's right there. Well, the turned up turnip. Doing it all on the offensive and defensive end.
And still plenty of time, though, for the Sonics roster. They have been moving down the field, a couple of times. T-Corell, I think, has been a fantastic asset to this team on Sonics. And Shock almost gets the double tap off the backboard. The read and control now from T-Corell, the player I just mentioned, doing a lot of work off the backboard. I think Sonic's best hope is to follow in his footsteps and try to shadow that player to get that early shot on net.
First killer got this down in front, but similar to Shock earlier in the last game.
Oh no!
Rogue in the zone, and then J-Rus has that go in off of him.
This is a disaster for the Sonics. J-Rus got bumped over, then he panics and tries to get a pre-jump because he assumed Turned Up Turnip was gonna put it on net, but he puts it in off the backboard. A slap in the face for Sonics, and now Rogue up 2-0. Oh my goodness.
Well, Turner has made an adventure of this in his own zone. The Sonics have to score here, surely,
come on,
and they don't.
And it's J-Rus, the player who just owned goal to miss the open net. I'm so sad right now. I'm so sad right now. It's not even, I just want to see a game 7, really. That's just what it's all about. That would have been our best chance. Plenty of time left, but don't get tilted. If you're the Sonics, don't get in your head at those 2 moments for J-Rus. Somehow this man's got to fight his way back in.
Corrupted G making the stop on J-Rus. Another shot coming in. Corrupted G stopped that too. The old man still got it. I say old. He ain't that old.
Oh,
First killer. Full court. No problem. 3-0.
This is why it's so important. If First Killer didn't assume Shock was going to miss, then we'd have no security, no third goal for Rogue. But First Killer, he had already wasted all that boost. He knows the smartest play is to just act as if there's no player at all. Keep following it up. He does exactly that. A very, very clean read off the backboard. Rogue, it's the same performance that we saw in the previous game. Absolute destruction on the defense of the Sonics, who have had some good looks. But again, J-Rus couldn't find that connection, couldn't find the accuracy. I think this is going to be a 4-2 win for Rogue, so long as we don't see any pop-off from T-Krell.
J-Rus just stuck in the corner of the ball. I don't think he has any idea what to do with it. This is trouble right now for the Sonics. It's got to be frustration setting in at this point. They have not had an answer for Rogue over the past couple of games. T-Carell,
oh, no.
Let that get too far
Back
away.
to,
Corrupted G almost put the series on ice.
And if you are wondering why Corrupted G is in the series, we had talked about it earlier. Taroko was unfortunately unable to make it today, so the coach, Corrupted G for Rogue, has been put in his place, and actually put in his place by J-Rus. Maybe this is what he needed. He's got confidence back. He's got the first goal for Sonics to try to get to Game 7. Is this the start of a comeback?
We've got 1:22 to work with. It's an eternity in Rocket League. And a kickoff going their way. J-Rus gonna try to chase down any Rogue cars he can find. And he hit exactly 0 of them on his way through. Bring the ball back in to T-Carell. Angling down. Follow-up from Shock is denied on the goal line by First Killer. And then this is rolling towards an empty net. But it bounces too high for Corrupted G.
Oh, the read from Turnip, a.k.a. Turo, to come out of the net upside down, driving on the top part of it, fly out and get the dunk on the player who was looking for a shot or maybe a pass in the midfield from Sonics. 45 seconds. You just got to win some 50s and play a bit more defensive. But this is an opening. J-Rus, he hits it. 1 goal separates us now from being all tied up and going into OT.
It's a Herculean effort we're seeing from the Sonics to try and get back into this game and the series. 39 seconds. Whew. Buckle up, here we go. Big kickoff. J-Rus got it over. Tough angle. Leaves it for T-Carell. I don't think T-Carell was expecting the pass. Still in front, but turned up Turnip will clear it away. And I can't say that name with a straight face. Are you kidding me? Follow up, mostly open, but Shock got in front to keep the series alive for the Sonics. 10 seconds. Got to get downfield.
There's a chance.
Off to the side. Trying to throw off the defense. Got the demo, and T-Carell ties the game.
It was with the bump. And J-Rus, the assist off the corner. Shock crashes the net. T-Carell, an easy finish. No way we're getting a Game 7. We at least get an overtime, potentially a Game 7. Sonics have come back from what seems to be an impossible defeat.
Another OT classic presented in part by Bob's Ramen. Here we go. Another on Neo Tokyo. First killer picked off by Shock, only one to beat. But it's Corrupted G who made the stop. 2 demos from the Soniqs means T. Corell is, or rather from Rogue means T. Corell was all by himself. Now Corrupted G will try to start it for Rogue.
He got, get the bump. First killer bumped him, but he still got the hit. Oh my goodness, T. Corell got away with that. First killer had the perfect idea to find that midair bump, but now Shock in the midfield tries to get a pass off. This is a nail biter, Stax. This is what I wanted. I'm so happy right now.
J. Ross bounced one through. Turo just watching. I mean, nobody's got any boost to work with. Corrupted G can pop it away. First killer finally comes to the rescue. But man, he was downfield expecting a clear that never really came. First killer and Corrupted G, it'll be first that takes over, but J. Russ on the attack. Soniqs just owning another overtime, trying to stay alive in this series. And they will! T. Corell plays hero again!
Oh my goodness, another game 7. T. Corell, like you said, the hero for the Soniqs, finishing both of the last 2 goals. J. Russ started out horribly on the defensive side, got those 2 initial goals to start the comeback, and T. Corell finished it. I'm losing my mind, Stax.
After the 5-minute mark, the Soniqs are the best team in this series by far. They have owned both overtimes.
Oh, dude,
but Rogue has won everything else.
Why are we getting so many game 7s? This is amazing. Every single series we get just goes to game 7. So I'm loving it every single second. And you're right, Soniqs, they were the better team. They had all the pressure, so much more aggression, and they were going in with demos. The demo from Shock, can we talk about that for a second? To get pretty much a buzzer beater goal. Shock had hit that ball forward, passed it out to, I believe it was J. Russ who got the corner hit, I believe. And then Shock turns in, takes out the defender. This is insane. This is insane, ladies and gentlemen. We've never seen this many game 7s. It has been a delight to watch. We'll see who takes it. Rogue started out the most dominant team. Soniqs now looking to be on top. How can you predict who's going to be the winner? You really can't. But T. Corell might give you the edge if you're going in favor of Soniqs.
A tournament organizer's mortal nemesis. A series that goes the distance. Try as they might. Everybody tries to schedule out matches, peel back the curtain a little bit, and figure out exactly how long a series is going to take. They're never right when a series goes like this. As first killer could not convert. We've got Turin Hero now on the other side of the field for Rogue. And it's T. Corell's shot. He was the hero in game 6, and he's almost set up a brilliant attack for the Soniqs. Hasn't yielded a goal yet. Now it has. T. Corell has scored the last 3 in the series.
Yeah, and he's picked up exactly where he left off in the previous game. Mans is hitting everything that comes to him. You dish it out to T. Corell. He's going to find the perfect spot in the net to smack it to. Susquehanna Soniqs 1-0 in Group B, and so are Rogue. One of these teams is going to take an L here in Game 7. It's a double elimination group bracket. You don't want to be the team that comes in 3rd place as well, because then you drop immediately to the losers bracket. But before that, you also don't. You just got to avoid going home. Really, that's the goal at the end of the day.
And nothing is secure for the team that loses this. The team that wins, they're okay. They know they will be in the playoff stage in some way or another. First killer trying to get around. Has Corrupted G in front, passing to the coach, and it's blocked away. Corrupted G has cooled off. The honeymoon period is over, and the Susquehanna Soniqs are looking to try and put away Rogue early in Game 7. Just big booming clear after booming clear for the Soniqs, trying to preserve this lead, try to bait out a mistake out of Rogue.
I do want to see more passing between Turo and first killer. That has really been the staple of Rogue's offense in the past few games. I think it's the aggression from First Killer that starts everything, and also his ability to read 50s, but he has not been able to do so within the past, I'd say, 6 to 7 minutes. He's just been quiet on offense.
Back and forth, the teams go trading jabs in Game 7, but the haymaker, first one's been thrown by the Soniqs. T. Carell, who had the equalizing goal with about 3 seconds left in Game 6. He had the overtime winner, and he's got the go-ahead goal that, who knows, the way that the Soniqs are playing now could be the series winner when all is said and done here in Game 7. Shock, looking for an insurance goal that's not coming through. T. Carell will try again for himself, and if not for the efforts of First Killer, it'd be 2-0.
Yeah, I like the positioning now for Turo on the backboard. The defense, very, very passive, but safe and smart decision-making. That's usually what we find here in Game 7. First Killer's downfield, though. It is blocked out from T-Carell, not the best hit, and now Gabe was trying to get a pass out in the middle. It wasn't on target. Turo was a bit too aggressively positioned, and now the counterattack can begin for Soniqs. Pass down to Shock, can't find the initial angle. Rogue have done a good job of getting in front of the shots, but they still are trailing by 1 goal here, Stax.
First Killer circling around in his own zone with 1:20 to go. Corrupted G trying to get out to any teammates. They're so far downfield, having a tough time rotating back in. Corrupted G with 2 incredible saves back to back. He's got a savior medal, and now First Killer's got to get onto this ball and take charge for Rogue, who needs a goal in the final minute of Game 7. Another loose ball in the corner, and a big win sends this downfield from the Soniqs. They have battled back from the brink of relegation to the 1-1 bracket. First Killer now can't center that through T. Carell.
First Killer's giving all Rogue fans a heart attack, almost getting a whiffed hit on the defensive backboard for Rogue. Now T. Carell getting a nice touch out. Corrupted G, what's he got? Not too much. Does get the jump.
No
Up in. I thought we had seen magic from Corrupted G, but it wasn't enough to break down that defense. Still looking for their first goal in Game 7. Otherwise, Soniqs are taking the win.
Corrupted G has done it time and time again. Late in series, late in
way.
He needed to do it here this time. The script reads T. Carell stops Rogue in their tracks, and the Susquehanna Sonics survive.
Corrupted G. There was one last shot. I don't know who got the save, but Corrupted G, we know he was the man behind the ball. That was the one chance that they had gotten for Rogue to get back in Game 7. I can't believe it. I would have loved to see some OT, but unfortunately, Stax, at least we just get the Game 7.
Corrupted G was about to welcome T. Carell to Professional Rocket League, and T. Carell said, "Hi, my name's T. Carell. Nice to meet you. I've been here a while. Gonna be here a while as well." The Susquehanna Sonics take down Rogue in another 7-game classic. We'll come back in a moment to break it down as the summit continues.
Hello and welcome to the Rocket League Summit. If you're still on this channel, that's what you're still watching. Leaf and Turtle and Stax are still hanging out here with me. Guys just had yet another script following game number 7.
How many Game 7s am I going to get? I haven't casted today at all. I haven't casted a series that has not gone to Game 7.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
join the club. That's what we had yesterday.
Whoever casted the KCP Sonics matchup, they're missing out because that one.
I know, right?
So we're getting lucky over here. We're getting the good ones, and I'm hyped.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, when it comes down to like, if you're going to Game 6 to a Game 7, give us the hype of the Game 7. You know, like it's not
exactly
really, like if you're going to like either end it in 5 or bring it to 7.
I mean, if you're a fan, just like a casual neutral fan of Rocket League, and you just want to see hype series go the distance and teams playing absolutely out of their minds, this week so far, we're only halfway through the week. This week has been an absolute gift. You go back to the weekend, going into CRL and all the craziness we've had on weeknights. The summit here has been insane. We've played 30. Now, we've had 6 series, so we played 41 out of a possible 42 games. And this comeback, this 3-goal comeback in game 6 from the Susquehanna Soniqs was absolutely incredible. T. Carell clutched up.
Oh yeah. And that's the main thing we need to highlight is this comeback. This would have ended it had Rogue continued to look solid on defense, but the resilient efforts of J. Russ specifically to get back in the game. He had made those first 2 mistakes on defense that let his team go down in that game, managed to pick it back up, get into game 7, the defense unbeatable for Soniqs, and Rogue were no match. Corrupted G again was the sub-in. I thought he played fantastic. First Killer and Turo had been passing back and forth, looking solid as a duo, but I don't think we had that 3-man connection that we would normally get with Taroko.
I keep getting tripped up when you say he was the coach subbing, and I'm like,
oh,
the
coach narrative got to you too.
There we go.
Yeah, no, I kept thinking it too, and yeah, production was talking about it too.
I'm sorry. I'm probably confusing everybody, but it's okay.
So great name from Sub, and he's getting all that extra branding out there.
That's right.
To people. But yeah, no, that was again a good series here. I think there was, from my opinion though, I did see a couple mistakes from Rogue that like were costly. I mean, like you look at, there was the J. Russ own goal at one point. There was that team bump just annihilating his teammate on the defense here. Like, do you see that being problematic? I guess Stax. Do you see that being problematic for Rogue when they're going against some of those, the SSGs, NRGs, G2s in the future of RLCS? Because they're trying to make that dig to the top. Or was this something of just like, hey, they're not with the full roster today. It's something just to kind of write off for now.
Well, look, to beat those teams, you don't have to play perfect, but there are some mistakes you can't afford to make, and that's certainly one of them. So, yes, it's a concern if they don't fix it. But again, as you mentioned, they're playing with a sub, Taroko taking his exams. Good luck, by the way. Hope it goes out. Or hope it goes well for you. But I don't think it's going to be that big a problem for Rogue because I think they've got a very smart coach that can get them in the right frame of mind.
Well, if the script continues of best of 7s going all the way to game 7, we got a lot of Rocket League to go. So we're going to go another quick break so we can get ready for our next one. That's going to be version 1 versus Alpine coming up right after this break.